folks, we're back giving you another sneak peek behind the scenes, and we're just working on our new box, just making some of the new products for my chocolate box. And what we've got now is fudge brownie bars. So if you have a look over here, we've got these little bars, we're hand dipping them. We've got this beautiful Russian fudge blended through. It's a special mix that we've created to try and get that brownie flavour, and along with the fudge, it is absolutely amazing. So this is a truffle bar, and it's a mix of dark milk chocolate and other, can't tell you exactly the recipe. We want you to buy them from us, not make them yourself. So we just pop them into some, we've got dark chocolate today, and we're going to bounce that on there, and so on. So yeah, we actually dip pretty much every bar by hand. This is how we do it. So quite often Hannah will be on the other side of the tank, but can you guess where Hannah is right now? Where are you, Hannah?
Behind the camera.
Hiding behind the camera. I know, we're working on it. We'll get Hannah in front of the camera soon, I promise. But then I'll have to hold the camera. Or we could get somebody else to hold the camera, of course. Problem is, the rest of our staff don't want to be on camera, do they? So the reason I've got a small amount of chocolate in my tank, if you're interested in why I've not got a fuller tank, is we're going to get some fudge in this chocolate, so we can only use this particular dark chocolate for dipping these bars. So what's the theme of the current box, Hannah?
Caramel, I guess.
Yeah, caramel and toffees. Actually, if you have a look here, you'll see another one of our new wee inventions. What's that one?
It is a honey sunflower mix, cooked and then blitzed up.
So that's just come out of the oven, cooling down. So that's going to the sunflower and honey bites, I believe, or sunflower and honey toffee bites.
Yeah.
I'll have a bit of crunch when that sets up. So dipping bars is pretty repetitive. When I was doing my chocolate training, this is actually my least liked part of chocolate making, was dipping. But like anything, the more you do it, you sort of it becomes quite okay. And you can do some cool things. So this is our dipping fork. Come closer. Oh, I don't bite today. So this is our dipping fork. You'll see with the prongs, I'll show you some cool stuff we can do. So just watch this. So we're just, you know, you could put these through an enrober, but they're like really, really expensive, and we don't have one yet. But one day, and we like handmade. So I'll show you some cool wee tricks you can do. I don't know if that spoon's in the way there. I'll move that out of the way. So by using the fork, there's a few techniques we can do to create those little patterns you see. So that looks pretty cool, right? I'll show you another one as well. So we're bouncing this chocolate kind of like on a trampoline. What it does is it gets the excess chocolate off the top and makes the bar look square. If we didn't do that, we'd just have too much chocolate on the outside. It would crack and it would be quite unpleasant. As it is now, you should be able to cut this. Not that you'd want to share it, but so here's another technique. We're just going to slight angle, and we're just going to run left, right, down the bar, just to create. Well, that was a nice little interruption. One problem with using your iPhone when you're filming, sometimes it rings, and you got to answer it. So yeah, this box, we put a lot of thought into it. I kind of went back to some childhood memories when I'm looking for inspiration. I often just go back to what I liked as a kid, really. I mean, who doesn't like sweet things when you're a child? Well, I did anyway. So you've probably got my grandmother to blame for my sweet tooth. When we used to go and visit her, she would make Russian fudge. And she was very good at it, and she said it's all in the beating, and she'd do it by hand. So she'd use the old wooden spoon and she would just sit there and beat the heck out of it. And of course I'd always get to scrape the pot out. My goodness, those were good days. She taught me how to make toffee as well. And so this box is kind of just going back to those roots really, the flavours that were inspired. One of the things that we're trying to do is just make products we like to eat. Because if we like it, and we love chocolate. How much do you like chocolate, Hannah?
Extremely.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably 12.
12. Yeah, I'd be up there too. So we love chocolate, right? And we get to make it, and people say to us all the time, oh, do you get sick of it? Do you get sick of eating chocolate yet, Hannah?
No, not yet. I don't
You
think
eat
I
chocolate
could.
every day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm in a different part of the kitchen. These are another one of the new products for my chocolate box this month. Raspberry framboise truffles. So this is for the people that like the darker side of life. And they're going to see our little shortcut here. So if you come down, apart from the fact that that has set up, so we'll ignore that. And what we do is we just pipe as evenly as we can. Don't you find that mesmerizing? I find that mesmerizing. So they'll get cut up into little truffle pieces. So let's see if I can get another nice straight one. Sometimes they come out a bit different width and thickness. So yeah, we try and get a good mix into the boxes for the people that like dark and milk. One day we'll bring out a box for each, but for now the logistics just don't work. Okay, bring out attention on the bag. What do you think of this one, Hannah?
Yeah, I really like this one. I think the raspberry lifts the dark.
So tell the good folks at home what raspberry framboise is.
I don't actually know. I know it's a liqueur, a raspberry liqueur. That's all I know.
That's all there is to know. It's a raspberry liqueur.
Well, there you go.
So you can make liqueurs from pretty much anything with sugar in it, and raspberries make for a wonderful liqueur. So yes, there is some alcohol in this, but we're all grown-ups here, aren't we? We can have a wee bit of alcohol. We're allowed to enjoy. So as you can see, my concentration is making these look all sorts of different. Just getting a wee bit clogged in the bag is the problem. Good chocolatier knows how to blame his tools. I've got my little mess pile there, we'll just get that thicker stuff out. So this recipe is really tricky in that you've got a window of about that long before it's going to be too thick to pipe. But if you pipe it sooner, it just goes flat. So run that window now, and here I am gassing to you guys instead of piping it. Oh, there you go, they're coming. So as we were saying while we were dipping the fudge brownie bars, I've really gone with a box that really comes back to my own inspirations. Raspberry is my absolute favourite flavour. So in our fantasy range, the dark raspberry is my favourite. So this one is definitely good for me. But the toffees and caramels, that's where the magic happens in this box this month. What's your favourite one, Hannah?
Probably the strawberry cheesecake or the peanut toffee.
Oh, the peanut toffee crunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, we talked about about 3 or 4 different ways of doing that, and you got that made before I came in. And so, if you wonder what I'm doing, I've got this nice mat that I'm standing on that makes it a wee bit more comfortable. Yeah, so that peanut toffee is absolutely stunning, unlike my very bad piping skills today. They'll look much better once they've been cut and rolled in cocoa powder. So the strawberry cheesecake, yeah, that was a fun one, eh? We had a lot of fun making that. In fact, if you have a wee look in the pot there, you might get a wee surprise. What we've got there is some strawberry compote. I can give it a wee stir. So this is strawberries, but a beautiful colour. Oh my goodness. How can you not like that? We get to play with this stuff every day. It's so amazing. So that's real strawberries, and obviously we've just made a compote, which is a sugar syrup along with the strawberries to preserve those. Downside of strawberries, like any berry fruit, they don't have a long shelf life. So describe the strawberry cheesecake, Hannah.
So it's got first layer is a strawberry, and then the second layer is the white vanilla ganache that goes on top,
ganache, right?
and then sealed in a milk chocolate. Yeah.
No, I really like that one. Actually, the inspiration for that one came from one of our subscribers who won a competition we ran, which was be a chocolatier for a day. Unfortunately, her name's Chanel, and she is a long way away from here, so she couldn't come in. So we had to do a phone interview, and actually that's going back a bit of time now. And we sort of talked through the sort of flavours that Chanel liked, and came up with berries like me, I guess. She liked berry flavours, raspberries, strawberries. So we have been coming up with some different sort of flavour profiles. So some different flavour profiles to, ooh, that window is closing fast. Better get this pipe. So yeah, in our discussions we came up with these sort of berry flavours that would be quite nice. And we did a blueberry one, and we sent I think like 5 or 6 different versions of it through, and we got some feedback, which we've now taken and applied to the strawberry cheesecake, which has gone into my chocolate box this month. One thing we always do is make sure these do not end up in this. Right, let's get another bagpipe while we chat. Not the most exciting thing probably, watching tubes of chocolate being piped. The one thing I guess that people don't see at home is how good it smells in here right now. Like that strawberry smell is just beautiful. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? If you've ever seen a YouTube video, there's this guy. Would you look at that? Anyway, long story. But if you get bored, just Google, would you look at that? And watch this Aussie guy, he's hilarious. So, we're getting, this one's actually piping really nice, isn't it? It's a bit better, eh?
Yeah.
So you like the strawberry cheesecake, eh?
Yeah.
What do you think my favourite one is?
This one.
Yeah, I like this. I like dark chocolate, of course.
What is your favourite one?
In this box, it's actually a tough one because I like so many, because this is sort of the box if I was making a box for me, this is the sort of box I'd make. And it's the first time I've kind of indulged a little bit that way and gone with flavours that I really like. Should have called it the stew box. I mean, the apple turnover is really amazing. Reminds me of this flavour I made in intermediate school. It was good old Tweesmere Intermediate back in Invercargill back in the day, and we had to do cooking, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I remember one day we made this apple, like an apple turnover, apple sponge cake, and we were always meant to take some home to our parents to show off, so we get some to take home. And I just nibbled at it and nibbled at it, and as you do when you're a kid, you know, it was like there's a little bit left. Oh yeah, I can have a wee bit more, no one will notice, and it got smaller, and it got smaller and smaller and smaller, and I ended up, I think, with less than a teaspoon worth, which I gave to my mother. She was most put out that I didn't show off my wonderful work. The fact that I ate it all probably said enough about how good it was. So the apple turnover, the apple mix that we've made, very much along that lines. So I really like that one. It brings back some fond memories. I did almost get in trouble for eating that that apple turnover, but never mind. Those were good days. Kids. What would be my other favourite in this box? I really like that peanut toffee. The way you put the peanuts through that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, who doesn't like peanut toffee? So sometimes, see what happened here? We make mistakes, things don't always go to plan. So what's happened is the bag's just got a wee bit, we had a wee blockage, so I squeezed a wee bit harder, and my goodness, we had a little accident. So you can see they start off well, and they get a wee bit messier. They're not looking too bad, are they, Hannah?
No, good.
So what we do is we're actually just going to cut them into slices, and they get rolled, which is actually quite fun as well. This stuff is fun to make, I have to say, really, really fun. So yeah, hard to pick a favourite in this box for me. I like the espresso caramel, that came out really nice. The sunflower one's good. The fudge brownie bars are great, the strawberry cheesecake's good. Probably the one I like the least is the gingerbread bar. We're coming into winter. Actually, a good trick with that is to actually melt it through some milk and just stir the heck out of it. And make yourself a nice spiced hot chocolate. Anyway, so hope you're enjoying just a little look at what we do while we work and banter away. We have a lot of fun. We don't always get it right. We only have just the right amount, I think, to finish this row. Get near the bottom of the bag. So as this comes to an end, or a messy end, so will this video. So we will talk to you guys again soon and bring you more adventures from our kitchen and look, making a mess, having fun. But do like and subscribe. It really is kind of important to us. So if you do like what we're doing and you want to see more, that's a good way to let us know. And of course, feel free to leave some comments about what you like. So that's it from us, and we'll see you again soon.